Have you ever looked up at a giant airplane and wondered, how in the world does that heavy thing stay up there? It's a great question. The answer lies in understanding the four forces of flight: lift, weight, thrust, and drag. Imagine these forces like an invisible game of tug-of-war happening all around the airplane. First up, we have lift. Lift is the force that pushes the airplane up, counteracting its weight. It's like an invisible hand pushing the plane upwards, keeping it in the air. Next we have weight, which is the force pulling the airplane down towards the ground due to gravity. This is similar to how we feel pulled to the earth. Now let's talk about thrust. Thrust is the force that moves the airplane forward. It's generated by the plane's engines, which are like its powerful muscles. Finally we have drag, which is the force that tries to slow the airplane down. Think of drag like air resistance. The faster the plane goes, the more drag it experiences. These four forces work together in perfect harmony to keep an airplane soaring through the sky. Let's dive a little deeper into each of these forces. Lift is what makes flying possible, and it's all thanks to the special shape of an airplane's wings. We call this shape an airfoil. Picture a wing cutting through the air. The air moving over the curved top of the wing has to travel a longer distance than the air moving underneath. This difference in distance creates a difference in air pressure. The air pressure on top of the wing is lower than the pressure below it. This difference in pressure generates lift, pushing the wing upwards. It's like magic, but it's really just science. Think about holding your hand out of a car window as it moves. If you tilt your hand slightly upwards, you can feel the air pushing it up. That's lift in action. The faster the air flows over the wing, the more lift is generated. That's why airplanes need to reach a certain speed before they can take off. We already know that thrust is the force that propels an airplane forward, like a rocket launching into space. But how is this force created? Airplane engines are designed to take in air and mix it with fuel. When the fuel ignites, it creates a powerful explosion that pushes the air out of the back of the engine. This backward push of air creates an equal and opposite push forward, according to Newton's third law of motion, propelling the airplane through the air. The faster the engine pushes air out, the faster the airplane goes. Now let's talk about drag. Drag is like an invisible force trying to slow the airplane down. It's caused by the friction between the airplane's surface and the air molecules it's flying through. Think about putting your hand out of a moving car again. You can feel the air pushing against your hand, trying to slow it down. Airplane designers work hard to reduce drag by making the plane's shape as streamlined as possible. They also use smooth surfaces and special materials to minimize friction. By reducing drag, airplanes can fly faster and use less fuel. You might be wondering, if an airplane is just flying straight ahead because of thrust, how does it turn? That's where control surfaces come in. Control surfaces are like flaps on the wings and tail of the plane that the pilot can adjust to control the direction of the plane. For example, if the pilot wants to turn right, they can use the ailerons on the wings and the rudder on the tail to tilt the plane to the right. This tilt changes the direction of the lift force, causing the plane to bank and turn. It's like riding a bike. You lean into a turn to change direction. Landing a plane safely involves a delicate dance between the four forces of flight. As the plane approaches the runway, the pilot lowers the flaps on the wings to increase lift and drag, allowing the plane to slow down and descend gradually. The pilot also uses the rudder to steer the plane and keep it aligned with the runway. Once the plane touches down, the pilot applies the brakes to help slow it down. Some planes also use reverse thrust from the engines to further reduce speed and come to a stop. And there you have it, a safe and successful landing. So, the next time you see an airplane soaring through the sky, remember the amazing science that makes it all possible. It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and our understanding of the natural world. Keep asking questions and exploring the world around you. You never know what incredible discoveries you might make.